The FDA has not evaluated these statements. Testimonials are anecdotal. Results can and do vary. What happens to one person may or may not happen to you. Engage Global, Dr. Lizardi, nor any authorized representatives are making claims that any supplements recommended will treat or cure any disease state. This presentation is for information and educational purposes only. It is not intended to be a substitute for a visit to your doctor. We recommend that you seek the medical advice of professionals that you trust.
Wherever you are in this beautiful world we live in. My name is Coraline Travis, and I'm so excited to invite you this evening to what I believe will be a call that can change your life. I just feel that way. I'm out of Camarillo, California. And before we get started, I just want to tell you how we're going to do this call tonight. Okay, so we're going to have Dr. Lizardi come up, but before he does, again, we are turning off the chat because we don't want you to be distracted. We are going to mute the call because we don't want anyone to come in. We want to have a really clean recording so that we can share it. In addition to that, if Dr. Lizardi says that he will do Q&A, but what you will need to do, and I think Angel is going to post it in the chat, what you will need to do is you'll need to send your question to one of the co-hosts and they will read the question to Dr. Lizardi. I want to make sure that we get as much information from this amazing man that we can. And so with that being said, Dr. Lizardi, can you come up? Please open your camera so I can put you up here with me for a minute. There you are. Hey, Dr. Lizardi, how are you this evening?
Very well. How about yourself?
I'm good. Oh, smile. You know you're happy to be here with us.
I do. I am.
Okay. So again, Dr. Lizardi is such a special person, and I appreciate him so much. So tonight we're going to talk about a company called Engage Global. Dr. Lizardi just happens to be on the board. I was listening to some of the things that he shared. 70% of his patients use this because nutrition is so important. But we're not going to talk about that right now. Dr. Lizardi, right now, we just want to talk about these wonderful bodies that God gave us. How can we make them better? How can we stay healthy? Dr. Lizardi has been doing this for 43 years. And so when I talked to him earlier this week and I said, so you're functional medicine? And he corrected me and he says, no, I am integrative, right?
Correct.
And he explained to me what that meant. And so Dr. Lizardi, I'm not going to explain to our participants tonight. I would love for you to. So I'm going to remove myself. We're going to start with what you do, why you do it. Then we'll also go into some of the things that you told us on prior calls that are really important if we want to be healthy. So I'm super excited that you said yes. I remember when I started this 5 years ago, I said this was my God project. And I believe that you and I have a God connection because
Amen.
We want to help people. So
Amen.
With that being said, Dr. Lizardi, please just take it. I'm going to remove myself. And the floor is yours.
Well, thank you so much, first of all, for the privilege of letting me help others. That's always the moving piece in my life. It's just to help others in need. And I think we should do that, all of us. So it is a privilege to participate in these activities. About myself, very simple. I've been doing medicine for 43 years. The first 32, I did OBGYN. I was privileged to do 7,000 deliveries. That's a lot of kids. 10,000 surgeries. I was chairman of the Department of OBGYN for 14 years. Blah, 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 blah. I don't like to boast about myself, but just some credibility and something which I've done all my life. My wife passed away from diabetes related complication, and that's when God opens the doors for me to do something differently. I prayed for direction. I read a book by a doctor in Syracuse called Sherry Rogers, a phenomenal book called Detoxify or Die. I couldn't put it down. I started Friday and I ended up Sunday night, and I finished the book because I couldn't put it down. And what it says is very simple. If you give the body what it needs, the body will heal itself. That's a biblical statement, by the way. It's in the Bible. Give the body what it needs and it will heal. Okay? The problem is that we do the wrong testing. We check for cholesterol, we check for your blood count, we do a urine, but we don't check the things that really need to be checked. And that's why I started doing integrative medicine, because it allows me to basically treat the body as a whole. Everything is connected. Your arm is connected to your brain's connected to your gut. The gut is a second brain in your body, and everything is connected. Okay? So you can't send the arm to the orthopedic surgeon, the brain to the neurosurgeon, et cetera, et cetera. So that's why I love to do integrative medicine. It's also called functional medicine, it's also called holistic medicine, because take the body as a whole unit, not individual parts like we try to do. Now, I want to make one point perfectly clear. I am not, I repeat, I am not anti medicines. I am not anti pills. A well chosen antibiotic can save your life. And a well chosen surgery, like an appendectomy, when the appendix ruptures, can save your life. The problem that I have is that we use medicine for everything, and everything. And then we have to use medicine to fix the problem that the first medicine caused. I want you all to know that the United States and New Zealand, just two countries in the world, are the only two countries that allow pharmaceutical commercials. Again, I don't have any problem with medications. I don't have any problem with pharmaceutical companies. I do have a serious problem trying to fix everything with medicines. We forgot about the important things in life: sleep, meditation, being grateful for everything and the good and the bad. Say, thank you, Lord. No matter what happens, thank you, Lord. Because if it's something bad, He's trying to teach you a lesson. If it's something good, then hallelujah. Okay? But we forget about those things that are truly transforming in our lives: sleeping, meditating, being grateful for everything, taking good care of ourselves, nutrition. Nutrition should always, categorically, always be your first platform to make your body feel better. Okay? This is why this product that I use from Engage Global, one for women, one for men, is so critical, because it is based on the general credibility of the company of Engage Global. There's 80,000 products out there, 80,000 that you can choose from. This is the only product line that has 7 patents and 14 scientific studies and a $24 million investment in research and confirmation and validation that these products do whatever they claim to do. Nobody else can do that. I'm a scientist. I'm very methodical, very strict. And this is what drives me to pursue Engage Global. They put the money, or they put their mouth where the money is, or vice versa. Okay? They prove that these products work. I love Dr. Prasad. I think the guy's a genius. Should be on a pedestal, because at the age, I think he's 87 years old, maybe more, he still goes at it with one purpose only: help others. And that's what drives me, and that's what drives most of us doing this. Okay? So, having said that, you guys let me know. I'm going to give a small introduction to menopause, and I can either do one or two things. I made a list of the different subjects, different topics that are most important for women in menopause, or we can do a Q&A, or we can do a combination, whatever makes people happy.
Let's start. So let's start with the menopause, but we want to, I mean, we have young people also that are wondering, that have harsh menstrual cycles, that have endometriosis. So maybe we'll start at the
Understood.
basics
Yeah,
and
sure,
then you can, yes,
sure. Well,
yes.
basically, and I told people the last conference that I was privileged to speak, the hormonal changes do not start at 51.4 years of age, which is the average age of menopause in this country, 51.4. The hormonal changes start at age 32. So in my GYN gynecology career, I saw thousands and thousands and thousands of patients in that non-specific window between age 32 and 51.4 with heavy cycles, painful cycles, brain fog, classical menopausal symptoms, hot flashes included, by the way. Went to the doctor, and unfortunately, the doctor comment would be, "You're not menopausal yet, so these symptoms cannot be happening to you. It's impossible because you're not menopausal yet." In reality, they were menopausal, they were hormonal related, and all they needed to do is basically do a hormonal panel, balance the hormones, and most of these problems disappear. Now, from age 32 moving forward, two things happen. Estrogen levels usually stay at about the same, but the one critical hormone that drops is progesterone. Progesterone drops relative to estrogen much more significantly, and that what creates a lot of the problems that population experiences. So the message that I'm trying to convey to you is, if you're 32, 35, 38, 40, 41, if you're not menopausal yet and you have symptoms consistent with menopause, they're actually hormone related changes. And you must respectfully, although adamantly, insist that your physician takes the time to do a hormonal panel. Now, hormones work like an orchestra. You can't fix the piano and not fix the trombone. The orchestra is not going to sound right. So when the doctor does a hormonal panel for you, there's three ways of checking hormones: blood, urine, and saliva. And certain hormones love blood, certain hormones love saliva, and certain hormones love the urine for the purpose of accuracy. Okay? So the point is, I'm having symptoms, I'm 35 years old, I'm not menopausal yet, but I need you to believe me that these are hormonal symptoms. Please check my hormonal panel. It should include the three estrogens: estrone, estradiol, and estriol. Not one estrogen, three estrogen, because they each serve a different purpose. They have different strength, different concentration. Progesterone, which is the one that I just referred to, classically decreased in that window from 31.4 to 32 years old, sorry, to 51.4. So estradiol, estrone, and estriol, progesterone, testosterone. That's a female hormone as well as a male hormone. Of course, females have more estrogen than men, but we both have both hormones, and men have more testosterone than women, but we both have both hormones, so they should be measured. In addition to those three, D. David, H. Harry, E. Albert, E. Edward, A. Albert, DHEA should be part of your hormonal panel. So another one that people forget that is critically important, called the pregnenolone. 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 That's actually the mother hormone, and very few people speak about that hormone. And it is critical for your hormonal balance to be tested for pregnenolone. Okay? So let me repeat that. Hormonal panel, three estrogens: estrone, estradiol, estriol; testosterone, progesterone, D. David, H. Harry, E. Edward, A. Albert, DHEA; pregnenolone, cortisol, which is your stress hormone, okay? That's a basic fundamental panel, for God's sake. If you don't check every single hormone, you will never be able to balance the orchestra. So the message is, I'm not menopausal, but I have symptoms consistent with, could you please do a thorough hormonal panel, including these things that I'm going to tell you or share with you. And if you have a good relationship with your gynecologist or your primary care physician, they will acknowledge it. And if they don't, please go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. It's as simple as that. It's your choice. And there's many, many choices you can choose from. Okay? So, second item that I wanted to discuss is the hormonal changes that occur in the phase we call P-E-R-I, menopause, or around the time of your menopause. Start at 45, 46, 47, and they continue until your menopause at 51.4. And not everybody stops at 51.4. Some people are 57 and still having cycle. So these are just average numbers. I don't want you to get fixated in specific numbers, because they'll make you feel like if you don't belong. Okay, there's some highly variable age numbers that I need you to consider. All right. So what happens when people approach perimenopause and are close to the menopause? Well, the hormones begin to fail, just like everything else in the body. They don't fail us, they just decrease in amount. At that point, your cycles may come once every couple of months, once every 3 months. That's called oligomenorrhea. Oligo means scant, or poly, P-O-L-Y, menorrhea, which is frequent menstrual cycles every 2 weeks. The problem is that in consistent with your menstrual cycle changes, everything else changes. The hot flashes, the weight gain, the sleep, the mood, the brain fog, libido, vaginal dryness, bone health, heart health, metabolic health, and even cancer. Okay? All those things will begin to change with the onset of perimenopause, and specifically by the time of menopause. Some people get few, like 20% of people don't get symptoms. They just cruise through menopause like if nothing happened. Okay? But the majority, 80%, experience hot flashes and the rest of the concoction that I just told you about. Okay? Now, in general, the dogma right now is your hormones are going down, decreasing, let's replace the hormones. Remember, there's some bad outcomes and bad information from synthetic hormones. For the slightly older females on the conference today, if you remember the word Premarin, Premarin, Premarin is the hormone which we used to use for people in menopause. That's the estrogen. And it comes from pregnant mares, from the urine of pregnant mares. So way back then, many moons ago, we were replacing menopausal females with pregnant mares' urine, Premarin. Nowadays, things have changed dramatically, and we only use bioidentical hormones. Okay? Now, my motto in life is to let the body make its own. For me not to give anybody hormones, but to actually at least start and try a natural approach to your hormonal changes. Because there's a good 85% that you have some success in relieving and sometimes even eliminating the symptoms, especially if you start early at the onset. Okay? And this is where the engaged products come in. These products are phenomenal. In my best judgment, one of the best in the country right now. Like I said, 85% of patients relieve and or remove the symptoms which plague women. All right. So for God's sake, it is worth at least trying before embarking on doing nothing, or the other extreme, which is using bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. Bioidentical means bio consistent with exactly the chemical nature of the hormones which I give in my office to patients. Uh, they're natural, consistent with uh, what the body makes. That's why they call bioidentical, because they mimic functionally and structurally the hormones which your body makes. But I'm a firm believer that before I put people on hormones, that I try a natural approach which will incite or encourage your body to make those hormones the way that the Lord made it to be. Okay? Um, I want to
Okay,
make one,
so
one
go
point that
ahead,
I want to
Dr.
make clear.
Lizardi.
Yes, please.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't give people hormones. What I do is I measure, responsibly measure the levels first, and I replace. I don't give you anything in my office. Okay? So nobody walks out of the office saying the doctor put me on hormone or he gave me hormone. No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I responsibly measured the hormone levels. I discussed them with you. I presented you with your options, risk, and benefits, and then you choose whatever decision you make to proceed. Okay? I'm
Okay.
going to take a little breather right now to answer any questions that people may have.
Okay. So if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. Send them to one of our co-hosts, and they will answer the questions. And one of the reasons, Dr. Lizardi, we decided to do it this way because we want to make sure that we can get as much out of you as we can. And then we will share at the end if someone wants an individual consultation with you, that is also available. So while we're waiting for questions, I still think, so have you had a chance to look at our new product? While we're waiting for questions, I want you to hear a couple of testimonies about the new product, okay?
Sure.
I want you to hear a couple of testimonies. So the ladies that were going to share your testimony, can you please raise your hand so we can ask you to unmute? We have 2 or 3 of them. So Nancy or Teresa or Aisha, can you please raise your hand? Okay, well, let's find you then. If you can't, maybe you can't raise your hand. We're trying something different today, so let's see what happens. Okay, Nancy, I'm going to send you Nancy, can you please unmute?
Happy to. There we go. Okay.
Okay, there you go.
So
All
the
right,
video,
let's hold on. Let's put you in the uh okay, I can't put Nancy in the spotlight.
yeah, the video says you cannot start your video because it's disabled by the host.
Yeah. So Tracy, I'm going to need you to spotlight Nancy, please. Or what else can we do? Or if you can give me hosting privileges back. Can you do it now? Okay, we'll just talk. Let's just talk.
Okay, let's just talk. That's fine.
Okay. There.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Okay. So I went to the summit and received the menopause relief boost at there. I purchased my buy two get one free, and I did not start taking it. So Nancy is 69 years old. Okay, I menopause is many years ago for me. So I no longer, because I take Dr. Prasad's Micro Daily, the EMF, the Omegas, the collagen. I love our products. So I don't have hot flashes, but I thought, let's just try this. So I had my first capsule on Monday about 11. I thought, let's just open up the bottle and get things going here. So Nancy also takes GLP-1. So I also take, I'm trying to lose weight. I got about another hard 5 pounds that refuse to come off. And what I noticed is that afternoon is typically I'll have a salad. Oh, start my video. Here we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey. Okay. So anyway, after I took my capsule 11 by 3 o'clock, I was not hungry. Normally on GLP, I will have a salad for lunch, and about 3 o'clock, it's time to have a little snack. I'm hungry. That salad is not cutting it. And I was not hungry. So, and I haven't been hungry since then. So, love it. I notice I do sleep better, more sound sleep, a more deep sleep, kind of if I go into REM. So, enjoy, we all need more sleep all the time. And that's just, and Nancy's always a happy person. That's kind of my personality. But yeah, so I'm just happy all the time. I am. So love the product. And, I've been on it now, but about going on 2 weeks. So anyway, so that's, I love it.
All right. Thank you, Nancy, for sharing. Go ahead, Dr. Lizardi.
Every single disease on the planet is based on inflammation. Hormones are the most powerful anti-inflammatory agent on the planet. And you should know that, okay? Optimizing your hormones is critical and essential because it will decrease inflammation like you've never seen inflammation go down before, okay? And if you don't optimize your hormones when you're supposed to, you're basically opening the door to this inflammation, which can result in anything from cancer to autoimmune diseases to every single disease on the planet. That's critically for people to emphasize, okay? I heard somebody talk about weight gain or losing weight.
Yes. Yes.
When estrogen decreases, you lose your ability to burn fat and you decrease your muscle mass. Those are the two principal reasons by which people gain weight when they reach menopause: inability to burn fat and decreasing muscle mass. Okay?
Okay.
Your circadian rhythm changes completely. Completely. So sleep becomes a big issue. Significant, okay? And if you can't sleep, you cannot regenerate. If you cannot regenerate, you're going to get sick. It's just a matter of time. And there's some strategies that you can use to get some sleep. But we all should get between 7 and 8 hours of sound sleep every night. Otherwise, we're going to eventually pay the price for it. Okay?
Okay.
Mood
Okay.
and anxiety changes. Another thing that I want to mention to the young lady who just came on. We have to eat to lose weight, but you have to eat the proper things to lose the weight. But starvation is not the way to go, because if you starve, you're going to lose your muscle mass. And one of the biggest muscles in the body is your heart. Okay?
Mhm.
That's why it's so critical to replace these hormones, preferably with a natural approach that the Engage Global. All right? Because if you maximize your hormone, I tell people you optimize your hormone for 3 reasons: protect the brain, protect the heart, and protect your bone density. And I'm sure that all of you have seen that little old lady hunched, walking, barely walking, hunched. That lady has osteoporosis. So when people
Yes.
ask me, why should I optimize my hormones? Brain health, heart health, bone density health. That's also very important for people to realize. Why are they doing things? Because when you know what you're doing it for, it really makes it all easier to try different things. So with this GLP-1 supplement, I do encourage people not to just stop eating. That is not in your best
Yes.
interest, okay? Another
Yes.
thing that you have to know this: at 50, all of us decrease the digestive enzymes and the hydrochloric acid in our stomach. With no digestive enzymes, with no hydrochloric acid, you're not going to digest food. That's why you get so many symptoms in the menopausal years, the bloating, the I don't feel well, the constipation, et cetera, et cetera. That's the reason. There's no hydrochloric acid. One of the simplest, least expensive way of doing this: Bragg's, Bragg apostrophe S, organic apple cider vinegar. Take 1 tablespoon in the morning, 1 tablespoon at night, 134 benefits. Your life will change, and it costs you $9.95 for a bottle. And what I suggest
All
you do
right.
is take 1 tablespoon. Well, start with a teaspoon. Always start low in life, and always go up slow, nice and easy. Start with a teaspoon in a glass of water. Add wild honey to taste because it's very, very bitter. And what I do is I put it in the fridge for 5, 10 minutes, and it actually tastes really, really good. Slowly increase to 1 tablespoon twice a day. 134 benefits. Your life will change. Guaranteed.
All
Okay?
right. So, Dr. Lizardi, I see Dr. Pacola Roberts' hand is raised. So I'm sure she has a question. So, Dr. Pacola, I'm going to ask you to unmute.
All
There you
righty.
go.
Can you hear me?
We can.
Hi, Dr. Lizardi. I am
How are you?
I'm I'm I speak super fantastic into the atmosphere. I have a couple of questions. I have a couple of men on here tonight, and they are and I told them that menopause was named after men anyway, and they have a pause somewhere. What are some of the signs that we can look for with men in menopause, and how this whole phenomenon affect them as well?
Yeah, the menopause is not a laboratory diagnosis, it's a clinical diagnosis. By definition, no menstrual cycle for a full year. Like sometimes we get a menstrual cycle, then 6 months later you get another one. You're still not menopausal. You're menopausal, but you have not reached by definition the diagnosis of menopause. Okay. Your second question was what?
How does menopause affect the men, the men?
Yes.
Because we have been told that men go through menopause as well.
Yes,
So
they do.
could you address that, please?
Sure. Male menopause is called andropause. A-N-D as in David, R-O, andropause, P-A-U-S-E. So instead of menopause, it's andropause. One of the first things that I see in my practice, and we have a lot of people in my practice, is we see decreased motivation, decreased disposition, decreased interest in life, decreased libido. They don't pay attention to their partner as much as they should. They're not as loving as they were before. They lose muscle mass, arms, legs, chest. They just don't feel the same. Okay. Often, this is confused with depression. Often, a diagnosis is incorrectly made, and often the poor man walks out of that office from the doctor's office with an antidepressant or an anti-anxiety,
Mm.
or they're referred to a psychiatrist. Because in most people, it's not as dramatic, but I've seen some people completely deteriorate from hormonal decline. And again, the same thing that I told a young group from 32 to 51.4, do a thorough hormonal panel, and that will give you the answer in over 90% of the cases. Okay? And if it's not the hormones, it's something else. You pass the page, you go to plan B, or you go to page 2. Another thing that I must emphasize, not all symptoms, particularly hot flashes, are menopause related. There are two organs that can give you the same pattern. The thyroid gland, the little gland in your neck that controls your metabolism, thyroid, Thyroid. And then the other one is the adrenal gland, Adrenal, adrenal gland. So that's the gland that sits on top of the kidneys in the back. So the kidneys are in the flank area. Right on top of each kidney is the adrenal gland, which is your stress gland, the fight or flight gland. That's the one that if something happens in your life, mama dies, you lose your house, you lose your job, something traumatic, an accident, whatever, you go into fight or flight mode. And that adrenal gland, just like thyroid, can give you classical symptoms consistent with menopause, specifically hot flashes. Again, you will be misdiagnosed. So the bottom line is for both younger group from 32 to 51 and for men, in the same age range or later. You have to do a thorough hormonal panel with all the things that I just mentioned before: estrone, estradiol, estriol, testosterone, progesterone, DHEA, and cortisol, and pregnenolone. The same thing that I said before, okay? And if you
Okay.
get that panel, you will be able to say, yes, this is menopause or perimenopause related, or this is not. Let's move on to the next page. I hope that answered your question.
That did. This is my last question.
Okay.
Where are you located, and are you taking new patients?
I live in Tampa. We take patients in our office, but we do a different type of medicine. We work with stem cells, oxygen therapy, ozone, magnetic therapy, energy therapy. Um, it's just because of my background in gynecology for 32 years that I'm able to give you this information, because what we do in Tampa is completely different from what other people do.
So, Dr. Picola Roberts, we're going to post a Google Doc sheet. If you're interested in a consultation with Dr. Lizardi, please complete that form and we will get that over to him. Okay? So Angel, if you can post that in the chat, that would be great. I saw Fulvia. We're gonna take one question, then I would like for Aisha I'd like for Teresa first, Teresa's Stringer, to come forward and share her testimony since she's been using this new product. So Teresa, we need to find her so we can get her unmuted. Raise your hand. Okay, which one are we doing next? Fulvia? Okay, Fulvia, let me see. What do we need to do?
Hello.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, Dr. Lizardi. I'm glad
Oh.
you're here.
Thank you.
My concern is I thought menopause for me was long gone, like maybe 5, 6, maybe even 7 years ago. But it seems like this year it seems to have returned, and I have no idea what's going on. Any uh, probable causes you can think of and suggest what I do?
There's many factors that can do that. First of all, menopause never goes away. The
Oh,
symptom, that never goes away. The symptoms will diminish, but they never, ever, ever go away 100%.
oh, wow.
Secondly, with that type of history that you're describing, I would definitely do a thyroid panel, and I would definitely do an adrenal or stress gland panel. Okay. Now, let
A
me just make
thyroid,
a
a
couple points.
stress, and a what else?
Yeah,
Thyroid, stress, and
adrenal,
adrenal.
thyroid gland, and adrenal gland.
Yes.
But I need to tell you a little bit more, okay?
Okay.
Across the country, in conservative medicine, regular medicine, a thyroid panel involves two different tests. One is called TSH, which is T as in Tom, S as in Sam, H as in Harry, TSH, and a T4, Tom 4.
Okay.
That is not sufficient to evaluate the thyroid functionality in a proper fashion. If you want to write this workup down, maybe you can share with your doctor. A real thyroid panel involves a free, write them down, free
Uh-huh.
T3,
Free.
T as in Tom 3,
Uh-huh.
free T4,
T4.
total T3,
What was that total what?
T3,
T3.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
total T4,
Uh-huh.
TSH, T Tom, SM, H Harry.
Uh-huh.
So free and total T3, free and total T4, a TSH, a reverse T3,
T3. Uh-huh.
then two antibodies. Have you heard of the condition called Hashimoto's?
No.
Yes.
Okay. A lot of people suffer. 1 in 4 patients will have Hashimoto's. On the average, it takes 9.6 years to somebody diagnosed Hashimoto's because they don't do the antibodies. They just do the TSH and the T4 that I told you about. But you need to do more. So in addition to the reverse T3, you need to do a TPO, Tom, Peter, Oriole antibody, and a T as in Tom, G as in Gary antibody. So let me repeat the protocol. Free T3, free T4, total T3, total T4, TSH, reverse T3, TPO antibody, TG antibody.
TPO antibody and
TG,
TG
Tom Gary.
TG antibody.
Only
Yeah.
and only after you do a thorough workup like that will you be able to tell the patient you have a thyroid problem or you don't have a thyroid problem.
Okay.
Understood?
All right.
You may
Understood.
want to include as well a thyroid ultrasound.
Thyroid ultrasound.
If you do, that's a workup. That's a real workup. Okay. Now for the adrenal gland, you need to do a panel, a saliva panel called cortisol, COR, T as in Tom I, SOL, cortisol awakening response.
Okay.
In a patient like you who stopped having symptoms of menopause and then 6-7 years later she starts developing similar symptoms, I would do the thyroid workup, I would do the saliva test from cortisol, and I would start with those are the 2 more likely reasons as to why your symptoms recurred. And there are other reasons, but I don't want to mix you up. Okay?
Right.
Okay.
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 Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I want to share another testimony with you, Dr. Lizardi. So Teresa, you should be able to come forward, I believe. I don't see you. You guys see, there she is. There she is.
I'm
Let me
here.
add her.
I'm here.
I see you. All right,
Oh.
Teresa. It's
Hello,
your
my name is
turn.
Kristen Stringer, and I'm in Moultrie, Georgia. And I'm going to tell this quick testimony about the women's. I'm gonna call it health boost, but it's actually the menstrual boost. But the summit was the first week of August, and I that's when the actual product was introduced. Well, that day I had ate and drank the things that I normally would eat and drink that would cause me to have hot flashes that night. Well, I decided that night that I was going to take my first dose of the women's menstrual boost, and I took one that before I went to sleep. I slept all night. I didn't have not one hot flash. And I got up that next morning full of energy, fully alert. And that has not happened since 2008 when I had my total hysterectomy because I kept getting tumors. But when I tell y'all this product work, I have been taking it every day since. I have had a hot flash one of those days in between because I had like 2 things of coffee, but that was normal. But every other day I can eat, drink, and do as I please. No hot flashes, no night sweats. And it has been working every day since I was introduced to it. Now I also have to say that I'm also on the whole core 4. So that might play into it. I take everything, the whole core 4. I take a digestive boost, and now I'm taking the women's health boost. So, but when I tell y'all this thing, this pill work, this formula works, it works. I am in heaven right now.
Amen.
Yeah. Yeah. That is wonderful. That is wonderful. Dr. Lizardi, to hear someone that has suffered for 20 years and now with this new formulation that Dr. Prasad and his son, Dr. Ishay, created, and now the hot flashes are gone. I mean,
Amen.
that just and so I have another person though, because I want to make sure we can get in as many. So Raquel, I'm going to unmute you. And then let me spotlight you. Okay, and then we'll bring, okay, I spotlighted her and then, okay, and then we're gonna add Dr. Lizardi back to the screen so he can see your face. Okay, let's go. You got, okay, all right. Okay, Raquel, unmute yourself. Do we have to ask her to unmute? Oh, there's a lot to this stuff, you guys. We need to ask Raquel to unmute. Okay, let's find you again. No, up here. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Okay, there
Okay.
you go.
All right.
All right.
Evening, Dr. Lizardi. Thank you for being on this call. I
My
have a
pleasure.
few questions. My first question is, how do you feel that diabetes can be affected, like by your hormones? Do you see a correlation with that?
Absolutely. 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 Okay. So what type of diabetes do you have?
Type 2, and I take U500.
Yeah. You take what now?
I take Humulin U500.
So you're on insulin then. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing with nutrition? Nutrition wise, what are you following?
I mean, I'm trying to not do carbs. So,
Can you humor me? Look up, download keto diet.
okay.
Your life will change. I promise you that, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
I
A
sure will.
keto diet is absolutely spectacular and mandatory for any type of glucose dysregulation, okay?
Okay.
That's the first platform for every disease on the planet. Every disease is nutrition. If you put the wrong things in your mouth, you're not going to get better. I don't care what voodoo medicine you do, what product you take, it's not going to happen because you're sabotaging your own health, okay? So my first recommendation to you is a keto diet,
Okay.
okay?
All right.
Number two, 20-minute brisk walk. That's
Okay.
it. Okay.
Okay.
You don't have to do an hour. You don't have to do, if you want to, you can. But a simple 20-minute a brisk walk, enough to catch your breath somewhat.
Yes.
That's spectacular. Okay.
Okay.
How are you sleeping?
I sleep pretty good. I mean, I sleep.
She doesn't sleep well. She doesn't sleep a lot.
No,
Yeah.
I've changed.
You look quite young. How old are you?
I didn't hear you, Dr. Lizardi.
You look quite, how old are you?
So, how old are you?
How
Oh,
old are you?
I'm 58.
Yeah. Yeah. I would really, really consider doing the same cortisol test that I offered that young lady. It's called the Cortisol Awakening Response
Mm-hmm.
from a company called Z as in zebra, R as in Robert, T as in Tom. ZRT. It's a kit. It's a saliva kit. Okay? You have to check your cortisol levels. All right?
Right.
Right? Number 4, diabetes involves 3 organs that you need to take care of. Your eyesight, your kidneys, and your heart. Okay? Those are critical because
Okay.
those are the 3 organs that are going to fail you. All right? So you need to see an ophthalmologist,
Okay.
an eye specialist,
Mhm.
specifically specializing in retina.
Okay.
You know, the retina in your eye,
Mhm.
that's what diabetes will hit. So
Okay.
an ophthalmologist, a kidney specialist called nephrologist,
Okay.
and a heart specialist called cardiologist.
Okay.
Those people should be part of your team. Okay?
Okay.
Number 5, you're going to buy 3 monitors. They're like $20 a piece.
Okay.
And you're going to take your vital signs at home every morning and every night. Rain, shine, it doesn't matter. Okay?
Mhm.
The 3 monitors are a glucose monitor called glucometer to
Okay.
check your sugar, to
Mhm.
check your blood pressure, and to check your oxygen concentration. So oxygen, glucose, and blood pressure every morning, every night. That will decrease your mortality or chances of dying from diabetes by about 35%.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thank
Okay?
you. Okay.
And those 5 are enough in my book. Okay?
So
Okay.
Dr.
All right.
Lizardi, she also is using the Core 4 and our Boost supplements.
That's perfectly fine. That should be part of everybody's life, be honest with you.
Yes.
Okay? Remember what I said
Yes.
before. Nutrition is the first platform for you to get better for anything.
Okay.
Okay? I mean, I can drive you crazy with a bunch of other recommendations, but let's start little steps at a time, great results, okay?
Okay. Thank you. And my other question was for like a young male in his 20s or older female like myself, is it hormonal for hair to thin?
Is it hormonal what?
For your hair to thin.
The number one reason for hair is thyroid.
Okay.
Okay? Now, I just told another lady, a thyroid panel.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let people do that TSH and T4 crap that doesn't tell you anything.
Okay.
You do this. I think I told her 7 different things to check for the thyroid panel. I hope that it's been recorded. Okay?
Yes,
It is.
Is that the one?
It's recorded, Dr. Lizardi, and also if you'll send me a text with those, I'll make sure that we get them out to everyone.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I want to get in, Raquel, we good?
Yeah, we're good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, thank you. I want to get in one more testimony. I want you to hear this one. Aisha, I've sent you a unmute yourself, please. And then we want to start your video. Aisha, there you are. Okay, let me add you so Dr. Prasad can see you. Okay, Miss Aisha, it's your turn.
Hi everyone, good night. So I started the menopause boost the same night that it was launched. And before this, I was having sleep issues where I'd wake up at 2 in the morning, 3 o'clock, can't get back to sleep. I'm thinking about everything and nothing. So that very same night, I slept right through the night. Even if I wake up to say go use the bathroom, I'm able to go back to sleep shortly after. Another thing I noticed was for years I've been having like low energy and like difficulty focusing, just basically being able to complete tasks. And I noticed after that as well, I had more energy, focused, I could get stuff done I'm still getting stuff done. And, just doing really well throughout the days comparing to how I was before. My bowels were also a bit sluggish before, and I noticed like the same night that I took it, I went to the bathroom. I went when I woke up the next morning. I went after, I had breakfast. I was just amazed and happy and still excited because these are some things, that I've been experiencing for a long time or having issues with. And when that happened, I was just happy.
I'm very happy for you, but I urge you, please, to check your adrenal gland, the stress
Okay.
gland. When people get up at 3 in the morning, 95% of those patients have a cortisol surge from their adrenal gland. And that can be
Okay.
very, very detrimental. I'm elated for you. I'm so happy for you that you found something to help you control that. But you need
Right.
to find the root cause of your problem. And when you mentioned 3 o'clock in the morning getting up and the brain fog and all that, that could be easily explained by cortisol dysfunction in your adrenal gland. So that is a simple saliva test called cortisol awakening response. And I'll send the information. Okay?
Okay.
So that
Thank
you can
you.
be okay.
Yes, Doc. Thank you.
I'm glad you're doing well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Aisha. So let me see. I see Veronica. We're gonna do about two more, you guys, and then I gotta let Dr. Lizardi go. He's been working today. Hold on. So Veronica has her hand raised. Can we ask her to unmute herself? Let me find
Hi.
you.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes.
Hi, Dr. Lizardi. I'm 25. I just had endometriosis excision 4 weeks ago with Brian Nelson here in Colorado.
Okay.
I struggled really immensely for 13 years. I went through the whole conventional, birth control and all of that, and I got super sick. I had comprehensive lab work done with a functional medicine doctor. It all came back normal. My sex hormones were normal. I had a full thyroid panel. It was normal. My cortisol was normal. I was really focusing on my diet, taking all these different supplements and trying to do everything anti-inflammatory. And it just got so much worse. Like the endometriosis continued to spread through my organs. So I went in and had it excised. And my question is, with the high rates of recurrence post endometriosis surgery, what can I be doing to um, keep my fertility as good as possible and prevent my symptoms from coming back?
Understood. First of all, did the surgeon tell you what stage endometriosis do you have?
Um, I believe it was only stage 1 or 2, but my symptoms were extremely disabling, and it was found on the pouch of Douglas and the uterine ligaments. It was affecting my nerves, and it was affecting my bowel and bladder.
Understood. Um, when you took the birth control pills or whatever else you took to stop ovulation, did that help you in any way?
So it went from like originally from the time I was 12, my periods were horrific. So they put me on um the IUD, which stopped my periods, but I still had this moderate chronic pain rather than like just really horrible periods. I had a more chronic dull pain, and then it caused me to get ruptured ovarian cysts. So they put me on the mini pill as well, and both of those things, I still had this dull pelvic pain, and it also caused really bad mental health issues. So I came off, and after I got off, my periods, like every single month for the last 3 years, became more and more and more unbearable.
Okay. Um, the one recommendation that I would suggest to you, if you want to write this down, is
Yes.
Agestin. Is Ayges, T as in Tom, I, Irene, N as in Nancy. Agestin has a very strong progesterone because most, if not all, cases of endometriosis is basically a estrogen dominant state where your estrogen is through the roof, your progesterone goes down, um, and that's what most of the GYN conditions are from a this imbalance of hormones, specifically high estrogen, low progesterone. So I would try 3 cycles with a gestin, 5 milligrams a day. See how that goes for you. I would try the menstrual boost, definitely, most definitely. Number 3, if nothing works, there's a technique called Frankenhausen's technique with ozone. Have you heard of ozone before?
Yes.
Yeah, ozone is very, very, very extremely effective in people with chronic pelvic pain. But you have to do this technique of injecting a needle through your belly button, aiming towards the what we call the cul-de-sac, which is the area behind the uterus. And I've seen people go from almost scheduled to undergo hysterectomy to complete relief with one Frankenhausen technique using ozone. The problem is not too many people in the United States do that technique. How close are you to Nevada?
I'm in Colorado, so 14-hour drive.
Yeah. Well, there's a Dr. Schallenberger. Write his name down. Did you write a Justin? Did you write it down?
Yes, sir.
Dr. Schellenberger is Shallenberger. He's in Nevada. He's one of the few people in the country who does the Frankenhausen technique with ozone. So I would try the Agestin for 3 months with Dr. Prasad boost. I would also try the contacting Dr. Schallenberger so that you can it's just one treatment, honestly. So you can get one treatment of Frankenhausen ozone, or he can point you to somebody in Colorado who has been trained in the Frankenhausen technique, like I was.
That's great. Thank you. I had one more quick question about the
Of course,
Agestin.
of course.
I was on bioidentical wild yam progesterone cream. I did it for 6 months.
Yeah.
And like I said, my sex hormone panel was normal. My estrogen did not come back as high, but I heard about that with endometriosis, so I did the bioidentical progesterone cream, and it made everything so much worse.
Well, all we can do in life is to try. And I want to ask you one question myself. There are normal levels and there are optimal levels. Okay? Let me give you an example. Vitamin D is the most important vitamin on the planet. The normal range is 30 to 100. If your level come back 31, it's normal. Is that what you want? No. You want it in optimal level, which is 60 to 80. So what I'm saying to you is, I would go back to the hormonal panel that the doctor did on you, call the doctor and say, are these optimal levels or are these normal levels? They're two different birds, completely different meaning. I urge you to do that. And if your panel has been over a year, I would repeat it, doing all the hormones, hormonal panel that I suggested earlier in the conversation. And I'm gonna send a list for the hormone panel, the, the thyroid panel, and the cortisol test when we're done with this talk. But that's what I would do. Check the levels, make sure they're optimal. If they're normal, that's no good. If it's been over a year, you need to repeat that panel with the things that I'm going to recommend. Always looking for optimal. Try Agestin. Agestin is not the same as the cream that you attempted. And if it makes you feel better, amen. If it makes you feel worse, then you tried it. Go to page 2. And if page 2 doesn't work, go to page 3. But ultimately, if you contact Dr. Schellenberger and he or somebody in Colorado can do the Frankenhausen technique with ozone, you'll be pretty amazed as to what it can do for you in saving your fertility.
All right. All right. Thank you, Dr. Lizardi, for that. I see a
God bless.
gentleman.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. I see a gentleman that is ready to ask a question. We're going to ask him to start his video and to unmute himself. This is Pastor Mike Casey. Pastor Casey, where are you?
I'm
Can
here.
can you open your video?
No, I can't. I'm not able to.
Okay.
But what I was going to ask simply is there a panel like the panels that you're panel tests like you're giving to the women's to check their hormone balances for men? Just
Yes.
that basic.
Yes.
So put that in the if you wouldn't mind, put that list
Not
with the
at all.
list Lucille and Coraline also, so
Not
we
at
can
all.
have it.
Not at
Okay.
all.
All right.
How old are you,
Very
Pastor?
good.
How old are you, Pastor?
You said how old?
Yes.
60. I'll be 65 next month.
6'5"?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, there is a panel, and I'll include it in my message when I write it down. I will.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So I think tonight has been pretty phenomenal. If anyone else has a question, I can do one more question before we close because I want Dr. Lizardi to talk a little bit about the engaged products because we've kind of mentioned them. I really want him to talk about them. So Hamilton, Ms. Hamilton, can you, your hand is up. Let me send you if you can, I'd like for you to open your video, please. if you can. Um, okay. Are you open? Do you see her, you guys? Yeah, okay. Let's make her, put her in the spotlight, please, because I don't see her. Okay, there you are. Hello, Miss Hamilton.
Hi. I uh, had a question about people who have had surgically induced menopause. So
Say
people
that
who,
again.
women who have had surgically induced menopause. So they've had a hysterectomy, and it could be with or without the conservation of the ovaries.
Correct.
Um, More than likely with the conservation of ovaries, but are still experiencing menopausal symptoms.
How old are you, please?
I am 50.
How about your menstrual cycles?
I had a hysterectomy at 45
Yeah.
because I was becoming symptomatic. I was becoming anemic. Like my HB would drop to 6, and they couldn't figure out what was going on. And one of
Understood.
the options
Yeah.
after they did
Yeah.
a whole list of tests
Yeah.
was to just get rid of it.
Yeah. Like I said, the symptoms of hormonal changes begin at 32. The average age of menopause is 51.4. You're just around the corner, so your ovaries may not be putting out the hormones that they're supposed to. Okay?
I'm
Now,
sure I'm sure they're not, because
yes.
I'm experiencing the hot flashes. I have gained like 100 pounds in the last 6 months. I can't sleep, the jitteriness, the brain fog, the whole shebang. I've got it.
Understand. So the question that you have is, why am I having symptoms if I still have my ovaries? The reason is very simple. Your ovaries may not be functioning properly and producing the hormones that you need, in which case the Engage Global would be a phenomenal thing for you to try for at least 3 months,
What
and
did
then
you say?
see how it goes in terms of the symptoms, okay?
What
Number
was the
two,
what
go
was the
ahead.
name of the thing? What did you
Huh?
say the name of something was? I should try?
Yeah, try Dr. Prasad's Engage Global
Oh, engage.
products for 3 months. Exactly. That's
Okay.
that's that's a must. It's an absolute must for you. You always try simple things before you move to the next more difficult thing, okay?
Okay.
I would also suggest that you try the GLP-1, the medication for appetite and glucose control, and
You
insulin
mean
control.
Ozempic or something like that?
Yes, you can get both products from Engage Global, one for your menstrual cycle boost, and one for the GLP-1 medication to help you get your sugar under control and your insulin under control. That would be phenomenal for somebody like you to try for 3 months, and then we can always talk, and I can make some further recommendation. But that would be my starting point.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Miss Hamilton.
Thank you.
All right. So we have one more, and then I quickly, Dr. Lizardi, we're just going to look at the products because some folks, they don't even know what we're talking about. So I see Miss Roberta Rice. Please, okay, your camera's open, so unmute yourself. Okay, there you are.
Um, Hello, Dr. Lizardi. What an
How do you
honor
do?
it is for you to take quality time
Thank
with
you.
our engaged family. We thank God for you, for real, for real.
Thank you so much.
I have a twofold question. Number one, do you have books out?
No, I'm writing one, but I don't have it yet.
Okay, I want you to notify me first when you're done, okay?
Personally.
I was recently told by the doctor that I have a fibroid tumor almost twice the size of a grapefruit, and they want to do a hysterectomy, a full hysterectomy. But then I hear people have these horrible hot flashes and all this other stuff going on when they do a full hysterectomy. My
Yes.
question to you is what would you personally recommend. I just wanted the tumor to be removed. However, I am taking the therapeutic dose of micro daily as well as all the other products. What
Understood.
other recommendations would you recommend?
How old are you, if I may ask you?
I am young and sexy, 70-year-old Roberta Rice. My husband agrees with that.
I agree. You're very, very young looking, yeah?
Thank you.
I don't remove fibroids. I did GYN for 32 years.
Okay.
Unless you're symptomatic, i.e.
Okay.
bladder symptoms, i.e. bowel symptoms like constipation, difficulty with urine, because the tumor is so large that it may be compressing on your vital organs like your bladder and your rectum, okay? So
Right. Okay.
if you have abdominal pain, if you have bladder problems, if you have insomnia because it wakes you up, or if you have bowel, bladder, insomnia, or some sort of compression from the size of this tumor, I would consider a hysterectomy. Otherwise,
Okay.
I would not. And I'll tell you why. After menopause, 75% of fibroids shrink on their own. Okay?
Okay.
Number three, if you decide to leave it and not remove it, you have to make 150% certain that this is a fibroid and not something else that looks like a fibroid. So that's step
Okay.
one. Step one is confirm what you're up against, okay? And you can do that with a biopsy, which it take me 3 minutes to do a biopsy in the office, okay? All you need to do, put a little plastic curette, goes inside of your uterus, all right? And I
Okay.
take a little sample, and it says benign or not benign. Okay? That's number one.
Now,
Confirm
okay.
what it is. That's number one.
Well, it
Number
has been
two,
confirmed that it is a fibroid tumor. Yes.
beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Yes, it has been confirmed. Yes.
Number two, do
Okay.
you have any symptoms? Bladder, insomnia, constipation, bowel symptom, anything like that?
I do have insomnia. That's the only thing I have. My bowels are fine and all the other stuff you mentioned. As
Okay,
far as I know, it's fine.
right.
Yes.
Now listen to the
But
numbers.
insomnia, I was told at let's see, I'm 70, 68 years old that I had just started menopausing. That's what my
My latest patient who got pregnant was 66 years old, a
oh
judge.
Lordy.
A
Oh,
judge got pregnant with twins at 66.
oh my God.
That's my oldest patient. But I
Her
saw,
name
I
was
don't know,
Sarah, was it? Was that
what's that?
Sarah? Was that Sarah and Abraham? Just
So
Okay,
here's
so
what I want to say, Dr. Lizardi. Miss Roberta Marie Rice has requested, she wants to do a
yes,
consultation with you.
yes.
So probably because so that you guys can really get into the real nitty gritty. Don't you
sure,
think
Yes.
that's a good idea?
absolutely.
Yes.
Once I get the information, I'll be happy to make arrangements for her to get a
Okay.
consultation. Okay, so
Thank
Okay.
you very much.
you're welcome.
Yes. Yes, yes. So before we leave, I quickly, because so many people don't even really know about the Engage products because we have so many folks here. So I'm going to hold them up, and if I can put myself back in this, add to the spotlight, and if you can quickly just go over them. So here we go.
Yeah, Micro Daily basically is a nutritional supplement. It supports, for me, every nutrient need that people may have. It is not a vitamin. The bottle looks like a vitamin bottle, but it's not a vitamin bottle, period, because it's a micronutrient able to penetrate into the body's mitochondria, which is a fuel that each cell has. Okay? The technology that Dr. Prasad uses is called isomer technology, which means that the proteins are perfectly stacked, so the absorption rate is better and it gets to better places than just regular vitamins. That's number one. Okay.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes. Okay.
Let me make one comment. Okay.
Okay.
More is not always better. I want
Okay.
people to know that. Don't go to the store and grab everything that you can grab your hands on because more can result into problems. So the first thing
Right.
that I do is I do a nutritional panel from a company called Genova Diagnostics, okay? I'm a scientist. I'm a factual guy. I like facts. I like numbers. I like science, okay? So I confirm what deficiencies you have, and then I replace. I don't give to you. I responsibly replace the deficiency which have been identified. Micro daily is a must for most people, for everybody, to be honest with you. And you can have it in a
Okay.
pill form or a powder form.
Right.
Okay?
Okay. Okay. And then we have our probiotic.
Probiotics are important, very, very important for the gut microbiome. 80% of our immune system is in our gut, believe it or not. We are 9 times bacteria to each human cell. So we're more bacteria, 9 to 1, than we are humans. And I want people to understand that. If you have a healthy microbiome, you'll be a healthy patient. If you don't support your microbiome, it's not going to happen. If you don't have
So
a
it really
gut,
doesn't matter what you take if you don't support
it makes,
your
of course,
microbiome.
of course.
Okay.
Yeah, these are specific bacteria tailored to optimize bowel function, immune system function, which is the most important thing. Okay. So that's mandatory in my book for people to take along with the micro daily.
Okay. All right. I'm going to do this one next because I like to hear you talk about omega.
Yeah. Omega is very simple. We have 73 trillion cells in our body with a T. Each cell has a cell membrane. Those cell membranes are made of fatty acids, equals fish oil. If your cell membrane is not working the way it's supposed to, you're not going to get better. Let me tell you more. The ratio of omega 3, which is anti inflammatory, to omega 6, which is pro inflammatory, is supposed to be 2 to 1. Do you know what it is in this country? 20 to 1. We're killing ourselves in this country with omega 6, okay? So what this omega daily will do for you is it will optimize the ratio of the omegas, improve the cell membrane functionality, and most likely and most indefinitely improve your health.
All right.
My perfect trio for the patients in my office is the micro daily omega and the probiotic.
Okay. So that's your bundle.
That's the bundle
All
that
right.
everybody takes in my office.
All right.
Collagen. Collagen is the most abundant protein in the body, basically, okay? It's good for your structure, your skeleton, your neurotransmitter, your brain. Every single organ in your body has this protein, okay?
All
So
right.
if you want excellent support to the body, collagen it is.
All right. We're almost done. The GLP
The
boost.
GLP-1 boost, GLP-1 meds are taking over the United States, okay? Now, most people use it for weight control. I don't care about the weight control. I give it to patients to stabilize insulin. The number one inflammatory substance in your body is insulin. And in the United States, one of the most unhealthy countries in the world, insulin is all over the place. Okay? So the GLP-1, people use it for weight. I use it for insulin optimization, which will in turn decrease your inflammation markers in your body better than anything else that you can think of. And as a bonus, you lose 20, 30 pounds in several months.
Yeah, yeah. I think the thing that's so interesting about this product, Dr. Lizardi, is it's not a quick weight loss. It's not an Ozempic where
Correct.
you
Correct.
go, you get a shot and you lose 30 pounds in 4 or 5 weeks. This
Yeah.
seems to be a much more responsible way to lose the weight and then help with your GLP and your GIP and all of those things that Dr. Prasad and his son talk about when they created this product.
I always mention to people, If you start taking something and you lose 75 pounds over the weekend, you will get it back. I promise you. And you'll come back with a vengeance, all right? What you should do is lose weight, have a plateau phase. That's when people get disappointed. Oh, this is not working. I'm going to stop it. No, those plateau phases, when you get stuck for 2 to 3 days, that's the body readjusting its thermostat, is readjusting the clock so that you go ahead and have another dip and then you plateau again. So dip, plateau, dip, plateau, dip, plateau. That's the way to lose weight because it'll never come back. Whereas if you lose 75 pounds over a month, it will be back, guaranteed, and worse. Okay?
Right. Now, I saw a question that said, if you have pancreatitis, can you take the GLP boost?
Very, very cautiously, if ever. Okay? That's one of the problems that people may have. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In other words,
Okay.
if there's any medical condition that the patient should tell the doctor, and that the doctor's responsibility is to make sure that it's safe for that individual with those specific conditions. Don't
Okay.
ever hide something from your doctor. Okay?
Okay.
Never.
All right. All right. And then these are our two new formulations that the testimonials that
And we just
people
talked
have
about
been
exactly.
giving, right?
Yeah.
The menopausal relief and the men's boost. So those
Correct.
are the two.
Correct.
And that's it. I want to say this, Dr. Lizardi, you have told us before that nutrition is important, but then moving your body, how important is exercise to this whole thing?
Exercise is definitely important. In my book, not as important as nutrition. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Secondly, there's exercise, there's also under exercise, and there's always over exercising. Now, when you don't under exercise, it applies. If you don't use it, you lose it. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Second, if you over exercise, it's called overtraining syndrome, where you basically increase your cortisol or your stress gland from the adrenal gland, and that could actually be pro-inflammatory. Exercise is a pro-inflammatory state. So what I always like to do, I'm old school all the way. I exercise, I take a day of rest and recovery, I exercise again, rest and recovery, exercise, rest and recovery. So when people come to the office boasting they exercise 6 days a week, I respectfully discourage them from doing that. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Well, I want to say this because we've been here almost an hour and a half, but I just want to thank you for, saying yes when I called you to ask you if you would do this for for people because so many people need help. And to know that you are so confident in this line of formulations that you give it to over 70% of your patients
Probably
said to
more.
me 74% now, so it's gone up.
Yeah,
So I mean, the most important thing I tell everyone is it doesn't work if the product is in the bottle, and it doesn't work if you're not consistent,
correct.
right? And so again, Dr. Lizardi, thank you for saying yes. I I just feel like I said, this is a God connection, and I'm so excited to have an opportunity to work with you. And I know our guest, I hope that they got some vital information. We're going to encourage them to get back to the person that shared the link with them so that they can place their orders. We're also going to encourage anyone that would like to do a personal consultation with Dr. Lizardi to fill out your Google Doc form, and I will make sure that he gets those. In addition, Dr. Lizardi is going to send me the notes that he took about all the different panels that you should ask your doctor about. And I think it's very important that you take charge of your health. So, with
Amen.
that being said, Dr. Lizardi, I mean, thank you. I don't know. I'm gonna call you and say, Dr. Lizardi, when can we do this again? You guys, I want to say this. If you found value tonight and you want to do this again, I don't know what we have you on, so I don't know if you can unmute now or not, but I would love for you to raise your hand, put something in the chat, whatever, so we can make sure that we're not wasting Dr. Lizardi's time, and we have some people that are ready to take control of their own health. So, but it's been another phenomenal evening. Thank you so much for all that you
My
do.
pleasure.
Uh-oh,
My pleasure.
okay, there's some hands going up. Okay. And again, for those that want to, what is so some of the consults you do for persons that want to do in person, but tell me the name again when you do the conference calls, when you do it over when they call in, what do you call that again?
Telemedicine.
Telemedicine. And you're available to do that in all 50 states?
Yes,
And can you also do it? So we have a large presence of Caribbean team members now. You can do it with them as well.
of course.
Okay, very good, very good. So you guys, if you're interested, just make sure that you complete the form. If you didn't get it, send me a text, but it is over in the chat, and we'll make sure you get it. I think everyone should be willing to invest in their own bodies so that you can live your best life. So thank you, Dr. Lizardi. Catrice Johnson, you have anything you'd like to say before we close? I want to thank all our co-hosts for helping with the chat. We had a little bit of technical difficulty, but we'll get through this. I tell you, we will. Catrice
Amen.
Johnson.
Have a good one, okay?
All right.
I just
Thank you,
want to
Dr.
thank
Lizardi.
Dr. Lizardi for sharing with us this evening. It was fantastic. Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
And come back and see us again.
Yeah,
We
we're
hope we can do it
I'm gonna
again.
get on his calendar as soon as I can, you guys.
Yes,
Thank you.
please
This was
do.
an
Thank you so
amazing
much.
presentation
Yeah.
and
All right.
information.
He's gone. He's like Dr. Prasad. Dr. Prasad, when he's done, he's done. But he actually worked today. So normally we do these calls on a Monday evening because he's off on Mondays. But because he had to have a procedure done, he wasn't sure how he would be feeling. So, and I just said, but we don't want to wait. He said, okay, I'll do it for you on Tuesday. So here's an interesting thing. It looked like we reached our meeting capacity because I lost my debit card. And so when I lost my debit card, I forgot to go back to pay to have a larger Zoom room. So I'm hoping that there were people that could not even get on tonight, Catrice Johnson. And guess what? That'll bring enough value. So the next time we have one of these calls, we'll have even more. So everything happens for a reason. Okay, anyone else that has a comment? Dr. Lizardi is gone, but if you have a comment, you can open up and say so. And if not, I just want to say thank you for everyone that worked so hard to get your thank you, Tracy, to get your guest on. Mrs. Omi, I hear your voice.
I want to thank everybody. This was just good, and I had a special guest, Miss Sharita, out of Atlanta, and one of our young ladies at Stanford. She was on, so this was good. This was excellent. I took like so many notes, but I am really appreciating what he has done for us. I say thank you.
Yeah. And I don't know if I can get Pastor David Edge to say a few words. I would love for him to, because he stayed on the whole time.
I would just say thank you very much. Rita is here with my wife. Rita is here with me. She was the one looking at it, and I was just watching along with her, but I learned a whole lot. And I wanted to ask one little minor question. Is there a lot of action on the East Coast over here?
There's not enough action that you can't get out there and get some more going.
Oh, let's roll. Thank you.
This happens to be a family member. I'm so excited, you guys. It is so wonderful when your family finally says, I'm ready to roll. Thank you, Pastor David and Rita, for being with us. Anyone else? Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. That's Purple Lady?
Yes, hi. I just want to say that.
Okay, Purple Lady, can you open up?
Yeah, I truly.
You open up all the time.
I truly enjoyed this presentation tonight, and I did have a guest on who texted me during the presentation and said that she was really enjoying very important information. And I did have so many other people that I had invited. So I didn't see, I really couldn't tell if they're on, but maybe they were
So
some
you
of the
know what
people that
that's called?
on.
You know what that's called, right?
Follow
Follow up.
up.
Follow
Yes,
up.
ma'am.
That's what that's
Yes,
called.
ma'am.
And if you
Well,
saw a guest on, you know what that's called? Follow up. Follow up.
yes, ma'am.
And so I think it's kind of exciting that we reached our capacity. And next time we do it, we'll reach our capacity too. Because
Let
if I
me ask.
stop losing my debit card, I won't have to keep starting over. All right.
Peace. Let
Uh-oh,
me
I
ask.
heard a voice. I heard a
Oh
voice.
yes. Oh
I heard
yes.
a voice.
Peace and blessings, family. It's good to be with you all again. How you doing, twin? There's my twin over there sitting beside you on the stream.
Yes. He's talking to
Miss
you,
Omni,
Patrice
good to
Johnson.
see
You
you
know whose
again.
voice that is, right?
Yep, I know.
Ha ha. Beautiful. This was beautiful. I invited quite a few people. I hope they got there, or I hope they were on. But let me ask, would there be a replay of this?
There will be.
Beautiful, beautiful.
There
Please
will
keep
be.
me.
There will be. And you know what? I'm going to say one thing, and I want everyone to please hear me. There's so many different modalities out there right now. I can remember I met Bruce and Catrice Johnson in a hologram company where we put stickers and they worked. I called it needleless acupuncture. And I told everybody.
They did
But
work.
what I didn't realize then was that if you don't have nutrition, if you don't have good nutrition, it doesn't really matter. So I'm not, I just tell everybody, whatever you do, you heard Dr. Lizardi say 74% of his patients use this bundle right here.
Beautiful.
74%. Okay.
Awesome.
And I'm gonna say this. Well, can we stop the recording? Let's stop the recording. Then you won't have to edit so much. Okay. I don't know. I don't want to do anything, so we'll just
It
cut
didn't
the end.
stop.
Yeah, I know, and I don't want it says record to the cloud, or the computer, but I don't want it to disconnect the call. I'm gonna say this. There are so many people that need what we have. When you look at everything that's happening in our communities now, when you look at all the slashes that are going to happen with insurance, it's time for us to take control over our health, you guys. And again, I want to thank you for being here. Make sure you check with your guests to see if they were on here. And again, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you
Rebecca.
are a remember the 100 Club and all of those kind of things, we have another great call coming up on Thursday night, you guys. Thursday night, we're going to hear from Kareem Evans. Many of you know her story through the recording of Miss Olive, but we're going to actually have Kareem come and she's going to share how her mother had 19 months of quality life because of these products. So, Catrice, I see a hand up.
Rebecca, you have a question?
Oh, yes, I came on a little late. How much will the consultation cost?
I'll send it to
We'll
you.
send you the form.
Okay, I got the form.
Okay.
It says
Well,
on there. And
we'll talk to you about that. Yeah. So, and
You'll have to fill
I'm
it
so
out and
proud that
send it
we
in.
started on time. We started on time, Catrice.
oh
Yes,
yeah, I
we
had a
did.
hard time getting in because it was full to capacity. Finally got in.
Well, there
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah. That's great to know. I guess that's why that happened. All right, you guys. Thank you for being here. Good night. We'll see everyone on Lunch and Learn tomorrow morning. And Mr. Jeff Ash, is tomorrow Wednesday? Yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday. No, it's today. Yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday.
Yeah,
Mr. Jeff Ashby will be with us tomorrow, and he has some pretty amazing testimonies to share. Maybe I'll share one that I shared last night because Miss Omi almost fell out of her chair when I told her. So there was a gentleman that Kareem is coming now. We won't let her in. It's over. Look, there was a gentleman that had a stroke. He had a stroke 3 years ago. He was paralyzed for a while, but he was up. He was ready so he could move. But his life wasn't very, I guess, enthusiastic. Okay. He was just living, right? He used this product, the Men's Boost product, right, you guys? And in 3 days, I'm just telling you the story that they told me. In 3 days, they were rolling in the sheets. Okay, I'll just leave it like that. That I just want to say. So the products work. So thank
It's
you
okay,
again.
Miss Omi.
Miss Omi almost fell out her chair last night when I was sharing the testimony. I was
Thank
like,
you
she's
as
gonna
well
hurt
from
herself.
Glenn. It was great.
So Glenn,
Yeah, it was a great call.
oh, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah,
All
it's good
right,
to
we're
hear
going.
Mr. Cole's voice too.
Okay, I'm going to close now, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see everyone tomorrow, and then we'll start marketing for Thursday night's call because it will also be an awesome call. Thank you so much
Corleen,
for being here. Yes,
Corleen, if you
yes.
have the text for tomorrow morning's call, if people want to know more and hear more testimonies, they can
It's
jump on that.
already okay. Hold on a minute. If I send it to you, can you
I'm not.
post it?
Let me see. I
Okay,
have to.
who can post it? Since Kareem is here, I'm just gonna let her in, you guys. Okay, so she can tell us about Thursday's call.
Beautiful.
Hold on. Let me see. Miss Kareem Evans. Kareem.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
how are you?
I'm
So
good.
look,
How are you?
so look, the call is over. But here's what I've already told everyone that you're gonna be with us Thursday, and we're gonna go through Miss Isla's journey, and you're going to share with us how these products truly, truly changed her life. So we're all excited that you'll be with us. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to sit and talk with you.
All right, me too.
All righty.
See
You
you
guys are
Thursday.
gonna love on. You guys are gonna love. You're gonna love her for sure. That's one of my sisters. I got so many extra family members. Yeah, for sure. Okay, Tanya. I see Tanya's hand is up. Did we get it, Catrice?
Hi.
Hi, Tanya.
So I had just a quick question. Is there a website that I could actually go and
then he was saying,
look at the products? My husband's been asking about the Men's Boost. If how would it help him in his
Okay,
situation?
Catrice, share Bruce's testimony. I don't know why you threw your head that time. You've been sharing it all the rest of the times.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you my husband's testimony.
Okay.
And this is what he told me. He said he took the product and then he woke up with a Woody. Woody woodpecker, whatever you want to call it. He said it really works.
What is a Woody?
Oh,
Oh
Roberta,
my
we
God.
already did that with you. You're just trying to play now. We already did that.
I had to
Come on,
throw it
that is
in. I had to throw it in now that I know.
What is a Woody, Catrice? Can you explain?
Woody is when they wake up fulfilled.
Okay. Roberta, do you have another question?
What's fulfilled?
Y'all know Roberta just playing with y'all.
I know. Roberta's just trying to be funny. Did we get the link?
Let me log in.
No, she's trying to post the link, you guys.
I know.
So Tanya, to be very serious, it seems like the product is really helping men with their sexuality, I guess, their youthfulness, their what's another word, you guys? What other way can we
Woody.
express? Oh Lord.
You all are afraid of
Yeah.
it.
Bruce said it gives them the ability to stand up.
Okay. So
Okay.
how does one get a hold of these products? I'm in Canada, by the way.
So who shared the link with you, Tanya?
The person jumped off. It's
I know, but who is it?
Caseta Hamilton.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Corleen.
Yes.
Caseta was
another friend of mine that I shared the link with shared it with Caseta.
Okay, so
So
you guys have to track yourself back. So Aisha, why
yes,
don't you get Tanya's number and then you guys can track it back?
yes, yes.
Okay.
Thank-
All right. But thank you for joining us, Tanya.
Oh, no problem. Thank you. It was quite informative.
Yeah. It was really a great call. Great call.
Mhm.
Thank you,
It was.
thank you. Okay. We're just on here because we want to post tomorrow's call. So just hold on and we will get that done for you.
Tanya, you could get my You could get my number from Caseta.
Oh, your name is Aisha, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Aisha.
All
All right,
right.
appreciate it. Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
just
Can you send it to me, Corley?
absolutely, huh?
Send it to me, please.
Oh, I thought you
While
found it. Okay, hold on.
no, I was trying to get on.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna send it.
And while you're looking for that, I'm going to give you guys a testimony for my father. It's not about the men's booth. My father was dealing with some kidney issues. They saw a 6 centimeter mass on his kidneys, and we did 2 sonograms. One was in May when they saw it. I found out about it in June. So I know what our product does because I've been doing it for 11 and a half years, almost 12. So I decided to give my father what we call a therapeutic dose. So I gave him, if you're doing the capsules, I don't know if you can see this. If you're doing the capsules, it's 3 times the dosage, the normal dosage. So the normal dosage is 3 capsules. If you do what we call the therapeutic dose, you're going to do 3 times the dosage 3 times a day. So it's a total of 9 capsules, 3 times a day, 8 hours apart, 8 to 12. I did that. The doctor came, and you don't have to do capsules. You can actually do the hydro form, which is this. He did 3 sticks of this in a bowl of water 3 times a day. The doctor came and she was like, I got to talk to you. And we're gonna talk first before I see your dad. And I already knew. And she was like, well, we looked at his sonogram, the second one, and it's something wrong. There's something wrong. They read it wrong. The mass is not there. It's gone. It's gone because high levels of antioxidants, and because of that little gentleman named Dr. Prasad, starves cancer cells. It literally wipes out those cancer cells. So believe me, I've seen this work for my husband with cancer, and I've seen it now work for my father. They didn't say, they said he had abnormal cells. I never went through the process because I'm not going to do chemo or radiation or any of that. At 87, 88 years old, I'm not putting him through that. But I'm telling you guys, products work. Did you post it, Corleen, or do I still need to?
Yeah,
But your
I sent it
husband
to you.
did
You want
go
me
through the
okay, I have to
process,
log in.
right?
Let me log in.
Patrice, your
Julia,
husband did go.
what was your question?
I just wanted our audience to understand that your husband did go through the process with the
He
chemo and
did
all
go
that.
through chemo and radiation, and I'm going to tell you guys something. That's not a fun experience. They scare the holy crap out of you in these hospitals to do chemo and radiation. But we did it. But I'm going to tell you, within the first and no, between the first and second PET scan, which is somewhere between, I think around 2 months, he did a therapeutic dose and he was drinking the hydro all throughout the day. There was no cancer on that x-ray. I witnessed it with my own eyes. There was no cancer there. But guess what? They still wanted to do, I think, another 5 rounds of chemo, and then they want to do the radiation. That is no fun, you guys. I'll have to go into that deeper. But if you can avoid going through surgeries and all that, I'm telling you, This is major right here. This is life-saving product right here. And Kareen will tell you on Thursday. So please come back because she definitely will tell you what happened with her mom. So I'm sticking to it. I got a lot of testimonies. That's our go-to product in our house. We don't have a medicine cabinet full of medicine. We got a medicine cabinet full of Dr. Prasad's formulations, and they work.
Okay, Catrice, I have posted it, and I just
Okay.
want to share this. I have a 91-year-old mother that has been using this product now for 3.5, maybe 4 years. And right now she's on 0 medication. How about that? Carol, your hand is up.
Has Karine gone? I wanted just to say hi.
Has who gone?
Karine.
I'm not sure, but she'll be back Thursday.
I know.
Okay.
And I met her at her mother's, at Miss Olive's funeral. I just wanted to say.
Right. She'll be here Thursday. You can talk to her. But don't come by yourself, you guys. If you want to hear again, so if you're a guest and you haven't heard this story, the doctor sent her mother home and said there's nothing else we can do, and she will be dead in 3 days. Period. Kareem said, "Give me my mother." And she used these products, and her mother lived 19 months. But she didn't live 19 months laying in the bed. She went shopping, she went here, she went to Jamaica, she went all over the place. So I'm telling you, reach out to someone. Don't come back alone. I'll make sure that I put my debit card back in. If I can stop losing them. And we can have full capacity. But with that being said, Catrice Johnson, I'm pushing the button because I've been here a long time. We worked hard for this meeting today. Thank you for everyone showing up. I appreciate you. I love you. Fulvia, you're gonna have to do double duty because I forgot to sit.
Oh, he gonna be mad at you.
Well, if you don't tell him, he won't be mad.
I won't tell him.
Open your camera. And let me just talk about you for a minute. Okay. Do we see Fulvia?
Yes.
You see me? Yeah.
We'll make her a co-host. Open your camera, Fulvia.
It's open.
It's open.
It is?
Yeah. There.
Okay, I see you now. Okay, so Fulvia is going to tell you how we feel about this community. And then she's going to say something else, but I just want everyone to know that, is it 3 years now, Fulvia?
Yes.
3 years ago when we met her, she was on oxygen. So what she's going to do at the end, she could not do. All right, so Miss Fulvia, hold on a minute. I'm going to remove myself. I'm going to remove Miss Johnson, and you get to have the full screen all by yourself. How about that? How about that? Remove from the spotlight. Remove from the spotlight. Okay, Fulvia, it's your show.
All right, y'all. We have had a super fantastic show. And because of all of that, I just love my Micro Daily family. Yet I do.
I do too.
Yeah, I'm so glad. Yes. So now, the final word. Let's go.
Go for it.
Excellent presentation.
Thank you, Carlene.
All right. Good night, you guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Great call.
Good night.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Really a great call.
Thank you, family.
Thank you, Jackie.
Love you all.
We love you back.
Do we have to go?
Well, you got remember when they used to say, well, I don't know, you can stay somewhere, but you get ready to leave this soon.
All right,
It'll shut you down in a minute.
Say, well, if you feel like that, right? If you really feel like that, and I do. That's why I'm getting ready to push the button. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Nighty night.